What's going on, big boys and big girls? It's your boy Big John from BodyForward, and we're just taking a cruise around town with my boy Tom, the man behind the camera.
Right here, big wieners.
The demigod of film. He has to climb the ranks before he's a true god, before he's a Roman or a Greek god. Yo, you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the purity of food. And a lot of times, you know, we say, oh, you got to eat real food, you got to eat this and that. The sad part is none of this shit's real anymore. Everything, you know, even fruit, thrown with chemical fertilizers, pesticides, all that crap. You know, honestly, that's probably killing us slowly. Honestly, I think it's going to get to a point where it doesn't matter what you eat anymore. You're just probably going to be sick all the time and develop some rare illnesses and disease because the body can't handle all the poison that you're taking in. What do you think, Tom?
Well, technically, isn't GMO foods the equivalent of real foods?
yeah. Remember, you make a 50-foot salmon. That's okay. You make a 50-foot salmon out of an apple seed. Yeah. Yo, you know what's the funny thing? I bet you if you take those guys that are so much into GMO foods and say, no, there's nothing wrong with the GMO food. If you put real farmed apples on a table that had no chemical fertilizers, no pesticides, no nothing, grown the real way with hard work and horse manure. You fucking put that on a table and then you say, now here goes an apple that's 10 times its size because it was spliced, the genes were spliced with some other, with a dog, and you eat that and you put it on the table and you say, all right, choose, which one are you gonna choose? I could guarantee you that motherfucker would grab the one from the farm in an instant. That motherfucker would be like, I ain't eating that dog apple, get the fuck out of here. I ain't eating that. You know for a fact they would do that. You know, it's just all lobbyist bullshit. All they want to do is just make money like usual. It's a $1 billion industry. If you had an industry that was worth billions of dollars, you ain't gonna say it's bad. You ain't gonna lose all that money. You don't want to go bankrupt. You don't want to go under. You want to perpetuate the myth that it's okay, it's not gonna harm anybody, but we all know the truth. You have to be a pretty ignorant or naive guy to think that it's not damaging your body some way or another.
I mean, either way, all we can really do is just try to eat the less harmful things for us.
Yeah, basically.
Because even organic foods and vegetables, they're not even really worth the money.
No, they have guidelines and rules too for how much they could be sprayed and all that other stuff. It's actually a shame, and I know all the talk. People say, well, if you have a population, you have to do what's right to get the best yields and to stop and all that. Yeah, and we waste a lot of food too. We waste a ton of food in this country. So it's not only about that. It's about maximizing profits and all that other bullshit. And I mean, by this time now, we should have more advancements in the way we handle our food. And it's a shame. It's like, you know, it's amazing because the only thing that keeps us going is what we eat. That's vital for our survival. What we eat and what we drink. And we poison them the most and don't give a fuck the most. You know, it's amazing because the more natural we're becoming, the more unnatural we're going to have to take means to keep ourselves healthy. What I mean by that is, honestly, I think the food is going to get degraded in time so badly that you're going to have pills just to be able to digest the food. That's how bad it's going to become. You got to take a pill so that you can actually eat what's going on. So you can actually take in the nutrients from that food. That's how bad it's probably going to get. If we don't die of cancers or all this other bullshit eventually in time too. You know, and talk about, you know, optimizing your body and the nutrients it needs for maximum performance, but yet we can't even have real food anymore. You know, and if you guys say, well, John, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know anything about that shit. What do you know? Listen, I don't need to know much of anything. All you gotta do, next time, go to a farm. If you don't believe me about all this processed pesticide food shit, just go to a farm. that does nothing, that doesn't spray pesticides, that doesn't use any chemicals, and it lets its food grow naturally. I'm talking about anything. Could be, or like even no hormones, no nothing, for even meats or anything like that, for even farm animals, free-range farm animals or whatever. Just go to an orchard, and when you see a peach the size of a fucking softball, and you bite into it, and the juices are running down your arm, and you go, wow, that's the best peach I ever tasted in my life, you will understand the difference between real food and that fake shit. That's the best we have, though, because we don't have the luxury of eating real food anymore. So whenever we get a little sample of real food from farms and other places that truly grow organic, you know, it's a big treat. It's a big treat.
Unless you grow it yourself.
Unless you grow it yourself. Yeah, unless you grow it yourself. And you know, and you got to make sure the soil's not tainted or poisoned in your backyard too. There's a lot of chemicals that go in our grass too. It's a shame. It's a shame we don't, you know, a lot of these studies too, they show it's safe, but you know what? Show what safe? The 2-3 months that they do the study? You know, let's do a whole lifetime of this shit. That's what you really need to do. They wouldn't do that because it's shocking. But that's our world, you know. When I say eat healthy, eat right, you know, eat this and that, you know, I know it's not optimal. I know it's not the most ideal, but it's the best we got. You know, I know there's a lot of heavy metals and toxins in a lot of our foods, and I know there's a lot of pesticides and a lot of chemicals that are used, but you gotta try to fight the good with the bad, and you have to have strategies around that shit too sometimes, and you have to minimize your risk. That's the biggest thing, minimizing risk.
Yeah, everything's a percentage.
It is. I mean, am I gonna live forever eating what I eat? Hell no, I'm gonna die too. Unfortunately, you know. Tom's a god, but you know, he's a demigod, so that means he's like half man, half human, half man, half god, so he's gonna have to die too, you know. It's unfortunate. So food can't even save us, you know. It's just the way it goes. It's a shame. Back then, a lot of these people died of malnutrition and famine and war and you know, infection. Today, we die of all man-made shit. We die of all man-made shit because our food and water is so tainted and so bad for us. Reminds me of Waterworld when they couldn't even drink water. They had to take a piss in a machine just to drink pure water.
Even the amount of people that are getting cancer now.
Yeah,
in the last 50 years, it multiplied. It's insane. Yeah,
what is it? Like 1 in 2 males will get cancer and 1 in 3 females will get cancer in America. And don't worry, I'm sure.
Yeah, especially in Long Island, how bad
breast cancer
is around here.
Forget it. Yeah. Has nothing to do with what's in the environment. That has nothing to do with it.
It stinks. It's hard to get a woman with
well. But yeah, and that number I could guarantee you will probably grow exponentially over the course of another 10, 20, 30 years. It'll be to the point where, oh, you have cancer, oh, that's no big deal. Everybody gets cancer now. It's fucked up. It's a shame. The one thing you should be taking care of, we don't. It's ironic. Actually, it's ironic because everybody goes to work for, you know, everybody goes to work. You gotta get health insurance. You gotta get this. Why? Yeah, you know why? Because all the shit you eat is so bad, you're gonna get something. Everybody goes to work to get health insurance, but nobody takes care of their health. It's a shame. Very, very strange, actually. The way we think as human beings. What do you think about that, Tom?
Well, yeah. Things are getting exponentially worse, but at the end of the day, all you can really do is just try to limit the processed foods and try to eat what's best for you.
Yeah.
And like even, you know, and that's the thing, there's so many things, like even, you know, obviously I can't afford the organic foods because, you know, but sometimes it's like, is an organic apricot that's, you know, $5 a pound Is it that much different from the apricots that you buy that are $1 a pound? Not really, not by that much. And even the process about how the food gets shipped, it takes like 5 to 6 days for a supermarket to transport it. So by the time you get it, everybody has to, you know, a lot less nutrients than you would want it to. Honestly, that's why you eat frozen vegetables. At least they're flash frozen. They might not taste as great, but you hit those motherfuckers with the salt and pepper. That works.
Oh yeah, nothing a little salt and pepper can't cure, right? With food. Everybody says, oh, health food tastes bland. Throw some fucking salt and pepper on. I'm pretty sure it'll taste decent. Maybe not like a pizza you're used to, but it'll taste decent. That's another thing, you know, everybody wants better, everybody wants healthier, but nobody wants to change or do anything. And the sad truth is, you need the majority to change in order for it to occur. You just can't say, yeah, let's, you know, I want healthy, and then, you know, vicariously watch, you know, like a movie on it and not do anything or not practice health. It doesn't work that way. The reason why it turned the way it is because people accepted that they wanted fast food hamburgers, they like cookies and cakes, they don't give a fuck what's in their food. And you know what the sad part is? I remember one time when I was working, and this shows the ignorance of people. I remember one time I was working and I was eating organic mixed greens, right? I was eating the greens, and some guy said, what are you, a rabbit? And I said, a rabbit? I said, this is real food, motherfucker. What are you talking about? You think that processed shit that you put in a microwave for 2 minutes, that has every chemical and preservative known to man, you think that is good for you? And you know what? They still fight you on it. Mm-hmm. So you know what it is? It's the mentality of the people. And you know what? You can't blame these big businesses for doing what they're doing. Hell, the people want it.
What do you mean, Slim Fast doesn't work?
You must be on that new diet, Slim Slow. Oh man. Every time I hear Slim Fast, I think of Dave Chappelle and the Nutty Professor. But yeah, you know, everybody wants to be healthy, but then nobody wants to do anything for it. And you know, like I was saying before, you can't blame these big food industries for doing what they're doing. It's just business. You give the people what they want.
Yep.
They want microwave food with not even real meat products in it, and it says meat on it. Hell, they want it, give it to them. I'm pretty sure if everybody said, no, we're not eating this shit today, you know, I'm pretty sure they revert back to more natural means. And you know, and they do it too because, you know, like anything, people try to save money, so they try to put these different kinds of ingredients into the foods to save money and cost, because it's a business. So every business needs to try to save at least some kind of money. But if nobody's saying a fucking word, who cares?
Yeah.
Business as usual. Who cares? Who cares if it has 30 ingredients and GMOs and preservatives and hydrogenated oils and this and that? Who cares? And you know what? And you know what too? You can't. It's hard to also blame these guys, because when it comes down to it, the science of food changes like you change your underwear, unless you're a dirty fuck and never change your underwear. But the science of food changes day in and day out. So, you know, it takes a long time for these companies, if they even want to change what they're doing, it takes them a long time. And now they're changing over, and now a new study comes out that says this is wrong. So now they're trying to rechange this, and another study comes out that says this is wrong. So then they're trying to change this. You know, no one's to really blame here. I mean, cookies wouldn't, you know, processed cookies wouldn't be around if nobody bought the fucking processed cookies. They're around because they're a big seller. Business like usual. And don't say, you hear a lot of people, well, they tempt everybody. They put it for kids, they market it towards children and this. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They got a business to run. You market it to anybody who's going to buy.
Who doesn't love cookies when they're a kid?
Yeah.
I know when I was a kid, I ate those motherfuckers like nothing.
Bro, you kidding? I'm glad I saw the light. Fucking sleeve. Man, Fig Newton, 2 cookies. Pfft.
fig Newtons are good because fig Newtons have figs in them.
Yeah.
They're not cookies.
Yeah, they're not really cookies.
They have figs. Don't you know that when you go to Italy or Greece, where the fuck they get them, they pick it right off. They pick the fig cookies right off the fucking tree. Fig Newtons.
Yeah, I remember. I remember I said serving size 2 cookies. Man, you mean 2 sleeves because that's how much I used to eat. I used to say, oh shit, look, cookies, give me that shit. Who cares? You had your glass of milk, and you were good to go. You didn't worry. Life was good. You were a kid. You know, your mom said, here, have some cookies, and you trust them. You know, you trust your family because they would never steer you in the wrong direction. So you have a big cup of milk and 2 sleeves of cookies, and you're good to go. But all in all, the biggest thing that you got to do, like me and Tom were saying before, you got to try to choose the lesser of the 2 evils. Our food is no longer pure. You know, I took a pollution class, geography classes. It's disgusting. If you really want to be scared, look at everything. You know, take one of those classes. That'll scare you. Nothing on this earth is sacred anymore. Everything is polluted, tainted, poisoned. I'm surprised we don't grow 3 fucking eyes out of our heads. I'm surprised we're not like the Toxic Avenger. You know? But you have to try to put in the best foods possible, and you have to try to eliminate the junk, the garbage. Is it pure? Is it the most ideal you can get? No. You know, it's becoming more of a rare treat to even get real food anymore. So you just have to try to mix the good with the bad, and just try to keep more good than bad, basically. It's almost impossible in our world now to find pure, especially in America or the new westernized countries, or the westernized countries. Anything you want to say, Tom, or add on that?
No, not really. I mean, pretty long video already.
Yeah. Yeah, we normally contemplate a lot about life and about health, politics, economy, all this stuff. You know, well, you can't be a true scholar if you don't do all that stuff, right?
Yep.
Alright, guys, I think we're going to end this video here. Like always, I love you guys. Take care. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to go to the greatest website in the world, www.body-forward.com. Hit that free nutrition report. It's great if you're an athlete. And remember to always learn and apply and evolve everything that you do. Always get better at it. Don't let anybody tell you differently, too. Take care.